Okay, let's do our MacroFactor check-in. And just to recap the week, my weight in the past week has been fluctuating between 153 and 155, which is not too bad. I would say that's on track. I hit some highs and some lows. Not really highs, but I had a couple higher weigh-ins and a couple lower weigh-ins. And then my steps average has been pretty consistent. There was some days where I got significantly less than others, but still around 5,000 steps a day. Where's my macros? I want to see what my macro breakdown was. Okay, so for the last week, my average per day was 152 grams of protein, 41 fat, and 141 grams of carbs. That is more than was prescribed to me by the app in terms of protein, and a little less in terms of fat. But overall, I think I did pretty. And then just calories in general, I averaged about 1492 a day, which is less than I was prescribed, but pretty close. And then just to recap last week, my coached program, 1,520 calories, 142 grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, and 123 grams of carbs. So let's check in and see how my macros change. Okay, so it is reducing my calories again by 78, which I don't really love to be below 1,500 calories, but I think I will try it and see how it goes. There's definitely things in my diet that I can do to decrease calories while still keeping the volume pretty high, so we'll try it out. And then I would say that if it tries to lower me even more, I will probably just keep the calories as they are. We're going to accept the program. New coach program is 1,442 calories a day, 141 grams of protein, 48 grams of fat, and 111 carbs a day. Not super happy about that, but it is what it is. Hey y'all, welcome to another video. This is the week 3 fat loss phase check-in. Just wanted to sit down and talk to y'all about the start of the week bookkeeping, I guess. You already saw my weigh-in. I started the week 153.4. You also saw my physique check-in. And you also saw my new MacroFactor strategy. Just to talk about how I'm feeling, like what my priorities are, I do have my Hobonichi weekly supplement where every Monday I like to set some intentions for the week, and every Sunday I like to reflect on how the week went. So let's just talk about what's going on this week. We saw that my calories are very reduced, so my priorities for this week start off with like eating satiating food at lower calories. So still sticking with my strategy of like coffee, protein shake, a small lunch, and a bigger dinner, but looking for more ways that I can kind of like min-max my calories, make substitutions, add in lower calorie but higher volume foods, and just like stay the course. Next up, I want to keep the workout intensity high, because even though I will probably be having less energy this week because my calories are low, I don't want to let that affect my workouts as much as possible. You know, there's definitely going to be some cases where I'm going to be feeling really tired. I'm not going to be putting in like maybe like 100% effort, but if I can get like 90% for most of my workouts, that would be really awesome. On top of that, this week I'm focusing on filming a week of workouts video for y'all, so keep a lookout for that. But I want to just talk more about my current programming. And then somewhat not fitness related is to keep up with my cleaning and skincare routines. It's slightly adjacently fitness, just because like my skincare obviously has to do with the way I look and feel. And then the cleaning schedule also helps me get in a little bit of extra activity. So those are both things that I want to make sure that I'm still prioritizing this week. In terms of struggles that I foresee or what I'm feeling nervous about, I am really nervous about these like lower calories, but I'm gonna see how it goes and try to make it work. And then I'm also getting more nervous about potentially getting sick or having more skin flare-ups. So I do have a form of psoriasis, gut tape psoriasis, that can show up in times of stress, usually when I get sick, but just overall I found that it will flare up when I'm kind of like really stressed out, and especially when I'm in a calorie deficit. So it's just something that I'm gonna be on the alert for. Mentally speaking, like, although I am worried about these lower calories, like, I'm feeling pretty good. All those things that I did ahead of time to set myself up for success in this fat loss phase has been really helpful. So like coming up with the strategy, having my workouts all set, it's been really, really helpful. And also I would say that like my everyday carry wallet, where I keep a lot of my like food planning, my recipes, lists of meals that we like to eat, has also been really helpful in taking some of the stress away from just like food in general. I have a lot of like go-to things and I feel really organized with that. I have noticed myself getting a little bit irritable in between like my meals if I do start to like feel hungry, or if there's like an especially long time between like my lunch and my dinner, or if I get stuck in work meetings and I miss my snack or something like that. So that's something I want to be aware of and do my best to mitigate that by planning around times when I feel like I might be planning around times when there might be bigger gaps between my food intake. So yeah, just overall mentally feeling good, but on the lookout for times when I might be getting more irritable. And then feeling physically, honestly, I'm feeling really good, like surprisingly good, which I am certainly not mad about. I'm definitely like used to the workouts. I keep mentioning it, but in December, I basically didn't work out at all. So like when I started up again, I kind of reloaded and did some like lower effort workouts, but I'm back to full effort workouts, full intensity, and I'm feeling really good. Obviously, you know, I'm a little bit tired and a little bit fatigued, but I'm not really getting delayed onset muscle soreness anymore, and I love that. I do have issues with sleep. I've always had issues with sleep. Like out of all the things that are like fitness related, sleep is the one thing that I just can't get right. But in the grand scheme of things, my sleep hasn't changed. It's always been bad and it's still bad. So yeah. I don't really have anything to complain about. And I also feel like this new skincare routine I'm doing has finally like settled in, and I'm really loving the way that my skin is looking lately. I don't really have any makeup on right now, just like a little bit of blush, and I'm kind of about it. Let me know if y'all want like a skincare, self-care sort of routine video. But anyways, yeah. So let's just get into the rest of this week and enjoy the rest of the video. Today's Thursday the 23rd. It is my shoulders and arms day. I honestly did not feel like doing the workout. Not that I ever particularly feel like doing the workout, I guess, but I don't know. I sat down in my chair after vacuuming and I just really did not want to get up. But of all the days to skip, if I can't make myself do the one workout that I like more than any other ones in my workout program, then like what even am I doing? So we got shoulders and arms today, and just gonna get it done, but obviously try, you know, not just gonna go through the motions. Surprisingly enough, I thought I hit the workout pretty hard yesterday, but my legs are not particularly fatigued, nor are they sore at all, really. So yeah, not an indication that I didn't do any work or anything, but definitely for sure I am getting used to the workouts again. But yeah, just a little bit surprised, I guess, but I would rather not be sore, so that's a plus. And that's about it. Like, feeling pretty okay, all things considered. You know, 1450 a day on calories is not my favorite, but I'm making it work, I guess, and I'm not feeling too bad about it. I'll take it. Workout went pretty well. all things considered. That V handle lateral raise is interesting, but I'm sticking with it for now. Barbell upright row to shoulder press still feels heavy. I haven't really gone anywhere with the weight at all, but I mean, I'm not really surprised, but I wish it didn't feel as trash as it does, but that's fine. And I increased the weight on bicep curls. I was starting with 12 and I got my full rep range, which I think is like 8 to 15. So with the first set, I got 15, and I maybe could have like done 1 or 2 more. I didn't go to complete failure. So I increased the weight for the second set and went up to 15, so 12 to 15 pounds. And I was at the very bottom of the rep range with the 15 pounds. So that was interesting. I was actually really trying really hard on those 15-pound sets, and I was just right at 8 reps. So we'll see how that goes next week. I'm gonna try for 15 pounds again and see how that feels. But as long as I'm in the rep range, I'll stay with that weight. If it gets to the point where I can't even get 8 reps, then I'll have to back down again. But overall, feeling pretty good about that workout. Good morning. Today is Friday and it's a rest day for me, but I've already done my grocery shopping for the week, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how my food situation is going, because y'all know that I am down to like 1450 calories a day, which is quite low for me. And I also just wanted to show you like a couple of the items I got from the grocery store. Not a full-on haul, but some of the staples that I like to keep in my pantry. So Protein Plus Birria pasta is like a new staple for me. It's not really lower calorie compared to regular pasta, but it does have more protein than regular pasta per serving, which is awesome. You know, I'll take every little bit I can get. I honestly use this as a replacement for Asian style noodles as well, not just spaghetti. And out of all the like protein enriched pastas that I've tried, this one has the best texture, like by far. The best texture and the best taste. Something else I picked up, this is just a Walmart brand, but these are liquid egg whites. I still eat whole eggs, like with the whites and the yolks, but liquid egg whites are gonna help me pad that out a little bit for fewer calories. So I'll probably, you know, in a situation where we're having eggs for breakfast or even for dinner, we do like a breakfast for dinner situation on the regular. You know, I'd probably have like 2 or 3 whole eggs and then just like pad it out with the egg whites for volume. Schmidt Old Time 647 bread is a huge staple in this household. This is the Italian style, but they also have, I think, like white wheat and multigrain. One slice is only 40 calories. I don't know if you can like really tell like how big the slices are, but 40 calories for a slice of bread is freaking awesome. 2 grams of protein. Oh, what happened under my nail? I got like something. I don't know if you can see that. 40 calories for 1 slice of bread. It's got fiber, it's got some carbs. Great for sandwiches, great for toast. I don't know, maybe I just haven't had like normal sliced white bread in a while, but I feel like the texture, it doesn't like, it's not giving diet bread. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell nowadays. And then the last thing I really wanted to point out today was this Greek yogurt cup. This is non-fat Greek yogurt. This is the Walmart brand, but I mean, you can use whatever brand you prefer. I use this as like a replacement for mayonnaise and sour cream in things like pasta salads, potato salads, and as a sour cream replacement on top of like tacos and rice bowls and stuff like that. 90 calories, 15 grams of protein for the entire thing, and I usually like split it between my husband and I, and it's just really nice to have these waiting in the fridge. Usually the date on these is pretty good. This one is good until March, so if I use one, I buy another one, and it's just always in the fridge if I need it, and great for me. So those are a few items that just have a very beloved place in my heart, especially when I'm on a fat loss phase. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you briefly about how the diet has been going this week. So if we recall, my calories for the week are about 1450. I think it's like 1442 or something like that. 140 something grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, and then the rest is carbs. And I was honestly very worried at the beginning of the week that I would be really struggling to hit my macros, but as of Friday, Monday to Friday, it hasn't been that difficult. So I've stuck with my overall strategy of like coffee and collagen in the morning, a protein shake around 11, lunch around 2, and then dinner in the evening, and then anything left I'll have like a snack, and I've been sticking to it. It's been working really well. So one major change that I've made is for my lunchtime, where I usually have some kind of protein and like a small salad, I've switched out a higher fat protein for a lower fat protein. So before I was mostly eating chicken thighs, but now I'm eating like chicken breast and chicken tenderloin, and that cuts down on quite a few calories, but still giving me a lot of protein, obviously. Yeah, and just like padding out that meal with veggies so that I'm feeling full, and of course drinking my water. So far, I haven't really found the need to increase caffeine, even though I'm not like feeling super energized. I'm not also super low energy either. So sticking with my 2 caffeine drinks a day, sticking with my 3 diet sodas a day, and I would say on average, I'm probably drinking about a gallon of water, just like plain straight water on top of all those other drinks. So yeah, I mean, surprisingly, the diet is going well, and I'm feeling surprisingly good. And today, in general, I'm still not really like feeling a huge amount of DOMs, maybe a little bit fatigued, but yeah, nothing to write home about really. So awesome. I love that for me. Everything's going well. Strategizing and planning helps. Okay. Okay, checking in on how I'm feeling. I just finished up my upper body back focused workout, which will be in an upcoming video about a full week of workouts. So be on the lookout for that. Overall, I think the workout went pretty well. It was a touch slower than usual because I was filming and talking in and around all the exercises, but overall, I think it was a pretty good workout. I was surprised that I increased the weights on my incline chest press out of convenience because I'm working in with Joey, but it felt surprisingly good, and I still had a good amount of reps overall. The one thing that I did notice is I'm finding that the reps are dropping off more than typical when I'm not in a calorie deficit. So I might start out doing that exercise and get 10 reps. And then in the second set, I'll get 9 reps. And in the third set, I'll get 8 reps. Whereas I feel like when I'm not in a calorie deficit, usually my reps are pretty similar across the board rather than declining. But aside from that, I'm feeling pretty good. I definitely have like a pump today, oddly enough. But yeah, the back exercises felt good. I think I will increase the weight on my horizontal rows next week. I actually did increase the weight on my lateral raises this week. And yeah, overall, the workout felt really good. I feel good. What was the last workout I did? It was a shoulder and arm day. Yeah, yesterday was a rest day. Before that was shoulder and arms. And I'm not feeling any delayed onset muscle soreness or anything like that, which is awesome. So good check-in for today. Sunday check-in, just finished up with lower body workout. Pretty not fun. I don't like lower body workouts, and this one is particularly brutal with barbell Romanian deadlifts, but got through it. Felt pretty good all around. Some exercises, the rep drop off was pretty real, specifically the hip abduction and the calf raises, but those are at the very end of the workout, so I'm also like kind of not really surprised. Yeah, overall still feeling pretty okay, all things considered. Being, you know, in a calorie deficit and all. I didn't have any soreness from yesterday's upper body workout. Wasn't feeling particularly tired. I had some green tea right before the workout, and that was good enough pre-workout for me. I'm really hoping tomorrow on Monday, my MacroFactor program gets updated and I get a few more calories, but I'm not really gonna hold my breath. As long as I don't go down anymore, I'm gonna stick with the strategy I've been doing. But my weight has been dropping, so that's a really good sign, but it's possible that it's not dropping at a fast enough rate to keep up with the goals that I set at the beginning of this fat loss phase. Calories is a real killer. Okay, back up in the office for a little weekly recap and reflection for week 3 of this fat loss phase. Just to like recap you, my MacroFactor strategy was 1,442 calories, 141 protein, 48 fats, and 111 carbs. In terms of like food, my average this week was 1,410 calories, 154 protein, 39 fat, and 111 carbs. So I did really well on the dieting aspect of this week. In fact, I was a little bit under my strategy, and I still kept my protein pretty high. And in terms of like the foods that I actually ate, it was a very enjoyable week. One thing that I changed up is during my lunch, which is typically like a protein and some fruits or vegetables, I changed my typical protein from chicken thighs to chicken tenderloins, which is a much leaner cut of chicken, and that helped save on calories. So yeah, most days I was eating those chicken tenderloins, and that really helped out a lot. And then I also had a really good week of like dinners. We always have our Caesar salad, that's a staple. The crab omelet was like pretty good, not as filling, but it's very low calorie, so we're able to save and have like other snacks throughout the evening. I did like a mini meal prep of chili, which we had 2 nights in a row. And then like the really standout meal this week was pork tenderloin with a side of green beans and potato salad. And when I make a potato salad during a fat loss phase, rather than using like mayonnaise, I sub in Greek yogurt, fat-free Greek yogurt, and light Miracle Whip, and it's still like really tasty. It's not quite the same without the mayonnaise, but it's still like the bang for your buck is like awesome. It's really good. In terms of like my priority of eating satiating food at lower calories, I really knocked it out of the park. I was really happy with like what we ate and how I handled that. In terms of like workout intensity, I think I did a pretty good job, but on the days that I was filming for the week of workouts video, the workouts took a little bit longer because I was talking and there was more downtime in between sets while I was like moving the camera around. So unfortunately, I'm not sure I hit that priority as well as I would have liked, but all things considered, I think I did a pretty good job. And I'm still feeling like really good even though there might have been a little bit more rest between sets during those workouts, I still put in a lot of effort to the sets themselves. In terms of steps this week, I had an average of 5,900, which is pretty normal for me. In terms of my weight, it is dropping slowly. At the beginning of the week, I started out about 153.5. And by the end of the week, I was more in the 152.5. So, it's always a little bit up and down. Some days I'll weigh a little bit more, some days a little bit less, but there is a clear downward trend in my weight. It's just the downward trend might not be as fast as it needs to be to hit my goal for the end of this fat loss phase. But I think I'm realizing that maybe that goal was a little unrealistic to begin with. Unfortunately, I mentioned that I was nervous about getting sick or having skin issues. Although skincare routine is really great, I have started to notice a couple patches of psoriasis cropping up. Luckily, it's super mild, and I'm really good about body lotion, so it hasn't been itchy, but I've noticed a red patch kind of in this area. I noticed one on my bum. And the thing about psoriasis is it doesn't matter how much you lotion it, the patch is still gonna be there. It just might not be as scaly, and it doesn't really help to try to exfoliate it any less. I'm managing it as best I can and lotioning every day. And I even started using a retinol lotion, which I'm not sure if it would specifically help the psoriasis, but it will help with skin texture overall. So in general, I think this has been a really good week. I'm hoping to keep up the momentum I have going and stick with my strategy overall. But because my fat loss isn't as fast as I had hoped, I think I'm gonna have to rethink my strategy in week 4. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for checking out this video. I think the weekly check-in videos are a little bit easier to do than trying to do 2 weeks at a time. I also help keep the videos a little bit shorter, so be on the lookout for that. And also upcoming is the full week of workouts where I go more in depth about my overall program for the next 8 weeks. So also be on the lookout for that. I hope you'll stick around with me through the rest of this fat loss phase and the rest of this series of videos. Should be hopefully a weekly check-in, as well as other videos coming out, like what I eat in a day, how I grocery plan and shop. There'll be another week of workouts later in the series when I switch my program. And yeah, just overall, a lot of this fat loss phase content coming out in the future. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, as always, you can leave them in the comments section and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, that's fine. You can dislike the video. If you're new here and you're enjoying my content, hi, my name is Chris, aka Terrible Hime. I'm a 30-something fitness lifting girly who's just trying to do her best. So please consider subscribing and don't forget to be responsible for your own gains. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.